Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 and the first episode of our second season at Newcastle United, and it has been a very interesting transfer window. If we have a look at last season, obviously we made some really big signings, Odsonne Edouard, Alvarez coming in as well. But we also picked up a few players which have been caught within the realm of last season. The biggest one is Declan Rice, £60 million for him. Obviously, he's been a great player in Football Manager for a while, but when West Ham were relegated, I saw an opportunity and I went for it. 20 million up front, 40 million over 3 years. Meant that we were able to get him in on budget. So I'm really happy to bring him in because he can play in central midfield. He can also play in defence if we need him to. Szoboszlai, I have no idea how you pronounce this name. Szoboszlai? We'll figure it out. If you know how to say that phonetically, put it down in the comments. I brought him in. He is going to be a central midfielder for us. He can do the advanced playmaker role. So him and Declan Rice together are going to be an amazing partnership for us. Central midfield was a real weak spot. I think we fixed that now by bringing those two in. I also signed Mike Maignan, who's come in goal. He's a bit younger than Dubravka. He's got a little bit better potential. I thought he was just a really good signing, and we got him for just 3.7 million, so it seemed like a no-brainer to me. In terms of players going out, Paul Dummett also left, Achraf Lazar has gone, but if we just go to the most recent season of transfers, you can see another big signing, Coop Miners, who's been a wonder kid for a while, has joined the club. He is a fantastic player. Whether it's in central midfield or central defence, he's a hugely versatile player. Had a really good season at AZ Alkmaar last season, and he's going to be great for us. We also brought in Christopher Ayer, who can also be nice and versatile through central midfield into central defence. Had a great season at Celtic last year. I thought 20 million was a great deal for Christopher Ayer. Marcos Sinesie, another young wonder kid of the past in Football Manager, coming in. A good addition to central defence, an actual out-and-out central defender. And for 17 million, another great bit of business as far as I'm concerned. We also brought in Patrick Roberts, mostly for his role as a forward. He's not going to play often, but just rotate a player in. He's English, he's young, he's got room to develop. For 3.8 million, that felt like a good bit of business. Same with Abdou Conte, who's come in at a left-back position just to strengthen up behind Jamal Lewis, 1.3 million. There's no risk in a transfer like that. Lelo is a youngster who's been brought in, doesn't have a work permit, so he's going to take a while to bed into the team. And finally, Curtis Jones in on loan. Didn't really play at Liverpool last season, but he's got a lot of potential and could develop into a great inside forward for us. A few players leaving. Dubravka has gone for 10 million. We now have 3 keepers with Darlow, Woodman and Maignan. So it didn't make sense to keep a 32-year-old Slovak. He's now left, got 10 million for him, which I am happy with. We also got 5 million for Matt Ritchie, which felt like a lot. Muto's gone, Lejeune's gone, Murphy's gone. A lot of the dead weight just getting out of the club. Shah going on a free. Joe Linton's out on loan, but will almost certainly go for a full fee of £1 million. What a loss that is in terms of cash. 36 million and leaving for 1 million on loan at Monza. He's just not a good striker, and he was never going to make it in our team. So I thought we'd just get rid of him. And it means that now we can look forward to a really interesting season because the squad is big, but it's also strong. Keeper, strong throughout. Injuries are not going to be a worry there. Sinesie and Lascelles in central defence with Alvarez in there as well. In the right back position, Alvarez can lead off there. We've got Kraft, we've got Hayden. And then at left back, Lewis and Conte stepping up. Ayer obviously in central defence as well. Rice, Coop Miners, and the 2 Longstaff boys and Szoboszlai as well in central midfield. We're so strong there in defence, midfield, goalkeeper, fullbacks. Maybe right back position could be strengthened a little bit. And then on the wings as well, we've still got Almiron, Maximan. We've got Curtis Jones in on loan. Patrick Roberts can play on the right. Vilka can play there. Ryan Fraser was great last year. And then up front, Callum Wilson, Odsonne Edouard, Yannick Toure. Sorensen has been promoted from the youngsters, can also play in those positions. So up front, I would like to sign another world-class striker, but we've run out of cash. and I feel like we strengthened in exactly the right places. So unfortunately for this game, Ayer is injured, so Maximin and Edouard are still on international duty until the 8th of the 8th. I wonder if that's the Olympics that they've gone off to. Both with the France under-23s. Should be back in not too long. But it means that today we are starting out with Wilson and Almiron leading the line, Jones and Fraser on the wings, Rice and Szoboszlai in central midfield. It's going to take me so long to say that right. Conte, Koopmeiners, Lascelles and Alvarez in defence, and Woodman being given the gloves ahead of Mainen in goal today. I want to try out a few of the goalkeepers if we can. It's going to be interesting seeing how it plays out this season. But I feel like this squad is 100 times stronger than the squad we got to third place last season and into the Champions League. So it's got more depth to it, it's stronger. I think it's in a really good place for a League and Champions League run this season. Fulham, I'm not expecting a huge amount of opposition from. I would expect us to win this game quite comfortably, but without Edouard it could be a bit more difficult. Jones here trying to head it in, but it comes out to Abdu. Now Szoboszlai out to Abdu, down the line to Jones. It's come out to Hendricks. Ball goes out wide to Alvarez, attacking down that right flank. Good to have him back from injury. He was out for a lot at the end of last season. Ball sent forward, but Lascelles picks it up. Now Szoboszlai coming through the centre. Still going, and he was not far away from whipping that one inside the near post. Very, very good play from Szoboszlai. Hendricks onto Lamina. Now Kearney. Back to Hendricks. Tackles going in, but not winning the ball. Out wide to Okereke. Kearney trying to put it out there, but Abdu doing well. Now Jones going forward. Finds Almiron. He's got Callum Wilson across him. Almiron tackled in the box. That could be a penalty. It is a penalty. There's going to be a VAR check, which makes me think that maybe this won't be given as a penalty. But it could be a chance for Callum Wilson, the European Golden Boot winner, let alone the Premier League Golden Boot winner, potentially to pick up where he left off last season. Let's see what the referee is going to say. And it is indeed a penalty. Just 4 minutes into the new season, Callum Wilson will get the chance from the spot. He missed a few last season. But what does he do here? It's denied. Callum Wilson. Is it going to be a failed second season at Newcastle for Callum Wilson, or will he get the goals? Fraser with a corner. Lascelles puts that one over the top of the bar, not able to get it on target. But it's been a good start so far. We probably should have a goals. Szoboszlai with the free kick. Lamina away. I think he should have gone for goal there. Mitrovic, our former player, now countering. Out to Okereke. Still keeping it down that flank. Just a little bit of a loose pass there. And they go back to the keeper, Rodak, who launches it out but is in a rush. And Almiron now beats the defender. Keeper a bit out of position. And Almiron, playing up front today, has got the goal to make it 1-0 and get our season off to a really good start here. A very nice finish from Almiron. Ball just given away. Curtis Jones with the header. And Almiron beating the defender and then getting it in just inside that near post. Very close to actually hitting the post there, but luckily he got the accuracy he needed, and we do have the lead over Fulham. And now Koopmeiners from central defence plays it forward. Szoboszlai out wide to Curtis Jones. It's a good ball played in from deep. Wilson with the header makes up for the missed penalty by scoring in open play. It's now 2-0 and Callum Wilson continues to get goals. One of the really interesting things in the off-season here was I had no random bids for any players. I don't know if they're going to come later. I know they've messed with the finances due to COVID-19, and it means that you aren't going to see as many enormous bids going in your first few transfer windows. It will take 2 or 3 seasons for the market to get back to normal. And that ball forward comes out to Fraser on the right. In behind for Wilson once more. It's blocked off, but Fraser still has it. Back across, and Curtis Jones scores on his debut. He's in on loan, and he's made it 3-0. And our team is looking incredibly powerful here as we push forward, trying to go a little bit better than we did last season when we finished third. Curtis Jones with the goal there for 3-0. But yeah, no big bids came in for any of our players in the summer. So normally what I do after a good first season is I let someone like Edouard, I let someone like Wilson or Fraser go for 60, 70 million, and it allows you to strengthen the team in a major way, because you can get that 60 million up front. You can turn that into 200 million using the sort of 2-3 transfer window trick. Curtis Jones here on the attack, charges through on goal. Adara Bioyo there, just throwing his head in front of a shot. That's how you get a concussion, mate. Ball just cleared out for a goal kick, I think, there. But we are dominating this game. Fulham absolutely nowhere to be seen. We're 3-0 up. It's only been half an hour, and look at the amount of highlights there's been. Lascelles here, forward to Declan Rice. We've not seen a lot of him today. Plays it through to Callum Wilson, though. Beats the defenders, but blocked eventually. And the ball's given away to Okereke, who's looked the most dangerous. But that's not saying a lot, really, for Fulham. Now at Almiron, through to Wilson. Can't beat the defender for pace. And Rodak trying to figure it out with his defence. They're playing as if they're Barcelona here. It might get them in trouble, and they've given it away. Szoboszlai into Wilson, and Rodak getting across faster than is maybe natural to deny Callum Wilson a second goal. But we're not going to worry too much. This game is well and truly in our favour. Hendricks bringing our man down. We've got another chance here for Szoboszlai to put the ball in. He does. And Koopmeiners just over the top. Would have been a nice combination for Szoboszlai and Koopmeiners to link up there. Freddie Woodman hoping for a clean sheet today. Ball goes forward. Now Fraser cutting in. Going through the centre. Plays it out wide. Curtis Jones with a lot of room. He's got Wilson arriving. Curtis Jones inside. It's on the line. It's denied. It's again on the line. And the keeper picks it up. There's so much pinball this year in the match engine. You just see it ricocheting about everywhere. But we've had a really good first half here. We can't complain about this. I am extremely happy with the way the team are playing. We're creating a huge number of chances. We're putting them away. And as it stands, we're going to the top of the league. Abdu with a throw here. It's a long one. Hendricks away. Kearney tries to clear it, but there's literally nobody up there. Mitrovic will try and hunt down Alvarez, but it's played forward, given away by Alvarez. He had a lot more time there than I think it looks like he had. Alvarez forward. Wilson beats the defender. Still causing trouble. Gets to the byline, pulls it back, and Almiron, it's gone in. It's an own goal off Rodak. A little bit unfortunate. It hit the post, hit the back of his head, and went into the back of the net. 4-0 now. Wilson doing the damage, run into the byline as if he's a full-on winger. And Almiron there, not a natural striker, but he's got the goals today. That one a little bit indirectly, but 4-0 now. It could have been worse. Wilson could have got the penalty. We've had a few other chances to score goals as well. Yeah, let's make some of these substitutions. I don't think it matters too much what we do. At this point, we're early in the season. We've got time. Can maybe take Szoboszlai off for Matty Longstaff. I'm looking to still keep using the Longstaff boys this season, but they're not quite as good as the people we've brought in. Sinesie here on the right flank. Puts it across. It's on the line. And Curtis Jones gets a brace on his Newcastle debut. That's a very nice thing to see. Might also take off Ryan Fraser here and bring on Patrick Roberts for a little play out on that right flank. So it'd be nice to get some of these young English talents really going on and developing into top class players. But 5-0 up now. We've made all 3 substitutions. We just need to see out the rest of this game here. Fulham don't look like causing us any trouble. We didn't get too many massive wins last season, so I'm hoping for a few more of them this season. Longstaff out to Patrick Roberts here on his debut. Plays it in, and Callum Wilson denied again by the goalkeeper. Not been Callum Wilson's day, really. Roberts with the corner. Koopmeiners denied again by Rodak, who is stopping this from becoming a humiliation for Fulham. And it remains 5-0 at full time. A really good performance. Look at that expected goals chart. It could have been worse for Fulham. That was a really good performance by the team. A great way to start the season as well, as we go right to the top of the table. We've got Crystal Palace away up next. I would expect us to be winning that game. We get 1.5 million from the Hendrick transfer. That's now gone up to 7.25 million. Jones with goals on his debut. Still scouting a few players. Rafa Mir could be an interesting one, but I've run out of cash. Oh, Ridevold would be a really good one. And he's a left back who can play in central defence. Can I scrape £3 million together? That's the... I think I can, you know. I think I'm going to go in for Ridevold. He is a wonder kid of yonder. So let's go in for Ridevold and see if we can bring him in just as a squad player, which is fine. That's fine. I'm not a haggler. I'll take someone for a fair day's work for a fair day's wage. No performance analyst coming in. But that is probably going to be it for today's episode. I'm pretty sure we'll bring in Ridevold. I'm not worried about Bournemouth going in for him. It will pack out the squad a little bit more. You'll turn a profit on him even if he doesn't really play. But looking ahead, obviously pre-season went brilliantly. 6-2 win over Lyon, 5-0 win over Schalke and a few other teams as well. It's going to be a tough start to the season. We've got Chelsea, we've got United, we've got Arsenal. I'm not entirely sure where I'll pick up in the next episode. I think it will depend on how we get on in these first few games. Could be around when the Champions League does kick off in the near future. But if you enjoyed this episode, do drop a like down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new. But until next time, see ya.